Right, here we are. So let's fingers crossed the technology works. Okay, if I freeze or anything happens, just bear with it, and hopefully it will come back on. Zoom's very good at recovering. Okay, so very, very good morning. We're going to start with a little warm up. I'm going to put some music on, and all I want you to do is just start off with just a little roll of the shoulders. We're just going to loosen up the shoulders. So. Little roll round. Fantastic. And roll your shoulders back. Try and get big circles with those shoulders. Up as high as you can. Roll them back. And round in circles. Fantastic. Drop your hands down to the sides and have a little twist side to side. Let your arms hang down loose to the sides. Just twisting your body, loosening up your back. Fantastic. Let's bring the hands up in front, clasp your fingers together, and a more positive twist round. Look over your shoulder, turn your head. We're going to get a little bit of movement through your neck as well. Fantastic. Let's take those arms down to the sides again and sway side to side. Just gently bringing the fingertips down towards your ankles. Try not to lean forwards or back, just sideways, like you're trapped between two panes of glass, and all you can do is move sideways. Fantastic. Let's get those legs moving. I want to just bring some knee raises in, so lift the knees up, stretching up as high as you can. Think about keeping your back straight, your head up, and just trying to get my music controls working, but they're not working. Never mind. Fantastic. And let's just bring the hands round to that knee. As the knee comes up, bring the hands round. Excellent. A couple more times. And now I want you to bring your heels up behind. Lift your heels, take your knee back. And now while you're lifting your heels up behind, I want you to stretch the arms back, open out your chest, stretch your chest. And there we are, that's our little bit of a warm up. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do some work on the rotator cuff. This is really important for the health of your shoulder joint. Now I'm just going to hold up this card. I just say as means of explanation, we have at least one deaf person, so I'm just holds up these cards so that he knows what we're doing, and he can follow along as well. So we're going to do exercise number 1. We're going to keep the elbows close to the side of the body, and we're going to rotate outwards. Exercise number 1. Exercise number 2, 90 degrees on the arms, and we're going to lift up to the sides, like this. Number 3, we're going to start in our cactus position, and then we're going to rotate forwards. And number 4, we're going to do our pec deck action, bringing the elbows in together. We're going to do 20 seconds work in 10 seconds resting. I'm going to put the timings up on the screen for you here. So these are going to be our timings, which hopefully you can see there. There's 8 rounds. We're going to do each exercise twice. So let me just start that music going again. Starting in 10 seconds, elbows close into the side of your body, and we're just going to rotate the arms outwards. Here it comes. So when you hear that bell, that signifies the beginning and the end of each round. Okay, so we hear the bell, we keep an eye on that timer, And all you have to do is open out, keeping your elbows close in. This will give you a little stretch. And there's our 20 seconds. The second one, elbows at 90 degrees. This time, we're going to bring the arms up to shoulder height, keeping the elbows at 90 degrees. Off you go. Now these exercises should be quite easy, not too difficult. They're conditioning exercises for the shoulder joint, just getting us ready for everything that we're going to do later when we do our resistance training. 10 seconds rest. The next one, start in your cactus position, and we're going to rotate the hands forwards and back. Forwards and back. There we go, 20 seconds, off you go. And we're listening to a bit of Michael Bublé while we're going. What could be better? Starting to feel a little bit in the shoulders now because we're holding those arms up. Okay, pause there. Back to cactus for the next one, and we're going to bring the elbows in and then open out for 20 seconds. There we go. 10 more seconds. There is a second round on this, by the way, so we're doing them all again. There's our bell. So back to number one for 20 seconds. Here we go. Somebody else may hold me, and they might make me feel just right. Very good. Couple more seconds. There's our bell. So number two, what was number two? I think it was this one, wasn't it? Up to the sides, 90 degrees on the elbows. Fantastic. So just 20 seconds again. Don't rush it. Nearly there, nearly there. Fantastic. So number three, again, we're going to do the, what we're going to do, oh yeah, the rotations forwards. Rotations forwards like this. What we're aiming to do here is to get rotations through your shoulder joint in lots of different directions, lots of different planes. Okay, so we're looking for different movements, all working those shoulders, bringing in all those different rotator cuff muscles. There's our bell, 10 seconds rest, and finally the last one, we'll be doing that pec deck action. Here it comes. Last one, the sequence. Oh, nearly there, last few seconds, wait for that final bell. There we have it, excellent. Right, I'm going to turn that off so it doesn't distract us. Are we all okay? So everything working so far? Give me a thumbs up if you're hearing and seeing me okay. Excellent, got lots of thumbs up. So I'm just looking at the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Like 40 people today, isn't that great? Isn't that amazing? Everyone obviously feels they need some exercise after Christmas. Now, we're going to do our aerobics routine. Most of you have done this before. Okay, it's about 20 minutes, actually about 24 minutes this one. And I would just say by means of introduction that most people have done this before. If you haven't done this before, you know who I'm talking to, Khalid. If you haven't done this before, don't worry. We have one simple rule. The simple rule is, if in doubt, march it out. Okay, so I want you to try and keep moving for the whole 20 minutes. If you don't know what to do, don't worry. We're going to be doing different moves, and if you're not familiar with the moves, don't worry. It might take a few weeks to pick them up. Okay, so we're going to be doing things like what we're going to do, I can't remember, heel digs, We're going to be doing bow and arrow, which is like pulling a bow and arrow. We're going to be doing John Travolta, which is this kind of thing, and lots of others. But don't worry if you haven't done it before. Don't worry if you're not familiar with the moves. You will pick it up in no time. We're going to start with a march on the spot, and we're going to start with a right foot march. You'll hear a countdown, and then we'll start that march.
9, 8, 7.
I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, excellent. Little march with the music. Listen to the beat of the music and march with the music. We're going to do heel digs next. 5, 6, 7, 8. So give me a little heel dig. We're going to do 8 more and then change the arms to bow and arrow. Same thing with the feet. 3, 2, bow and arrow. So imagine you're trying to pull the bow, the string of the bow, into the corner of the room. 8 more. 4, 3, 2, march it out. March it out. Okay, excellent so far. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do 4 heel digs and 4 bow and arrow. 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 heel digs, 4 bow and arrow. Very good. 4 heel digs, 4 bow and arrow. Let's do 2 of each. 2 digs and 2 bow and arrow. Easy so far. It might feel strange at first, but don't worry. Okay, let's march it out. March it out. The next thing we're going to do is side taps. Tapping the toe to the side and raising the arms out to shoulder height. Are you ready? Here it comes. 5, 6, 7, 8. Very good. So listen to that music, work with the music. 4 more, then we're going to change to John Travolta now. Same thing with the feet, but we're going to point 1 finger up and 1 finger down. We're going to do 8 more. 4 more. Okay, march it out, march it out. I should not stop and think because I get out of sequence. Don't worry. Let's do 4 side taps and 4 John Travolta. 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 taps. 4 John Travolta. 4 side taps. 4 John Travolta. Okay, march it out. Excellent so far, not too bad is it so far? Let's do 2 side taps and 2 John Travolta. 2, 1. So it's 2 of each. 2 side taps, 2 John Travoltas, 2 side taps, 2 John Travoltas. Again. Think about coordination here. Again. Side tap, John Travolta. Twice more. Last one. And march it out. Oh, I like this next track. Now imagine, no, I won't say it. We're going to do 2 little flicks of the hands, 2 little flicks of those fingers. 5, 6, 7, 8. So hands forwards and flick, flick. 5, 6, 7, 8. Flick, flick. 5, 6, 7, 8. Flick, flick. Flicking those fingers forward. 7, 8. Let's push the arms up and then flick. Arms up. Up, flick. 5, 6, 7, 8. Up, flick. Twice more. One more time, we're going to add in. So let's add in the point, point. Up, flick, point, point. Up, flick, flick, point, point. Keep marching as you go. One more time. 2 flicks, point, march it out. So whenever we get to that chorus on this track, that's what we're going to do. Flicks and points. But first, I want to do a 4-step march and 2 heel digs. 6, 7, 8. So listen, 4-step march, 2 heel digs. 4-step march, 2 heel digs. 4-step march, 2 digs. Again, 4-step march and 2 digs. Let's change those digs to bow and arrow. 4-step march, bow and arrow. 4-step march and bow and arrow. Again, 4-step march and bow and arrow. One more time. Okay, hands up. Flick. Point. Hands up. 2 flicks. Point. Working with that music. Oh yes. After a few weeks you get used to it. Let's do it 4 more times. Twice more. One more time. And march it out, guys. March it out. Little bit of energy with that march. Arms forwards and back. We're going to do a 4-step march and 2 side taps. Are you ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 4-step march. Side tap. 4-step march. Side tap. Good, not too bad. We're going to change that side tap. Guess what? John Travolta. So 4-step march, 2 John Travoltas. 4-step march, 2 John Travoltas. We're going to do it twice more. Then we're into our chorus. Remember what happens in the chorus. You push your arms up and flick. Okay, arms up and flick and point, point. Very good. Now, shall we do it just 4 more times for practice? 4 more times. Up, flick, point, point again. Up, flick. One more time. Oh man, I'm getting quite exhausted already. Having had 2 weeks off for Christmas. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a 4-step march, 2 heel digs. A 4-step march, 2 side taps. A 4-step march, 2 bow and arrow. And a 4-step march and 2 John Travolta. So all those things we've been learning, we'll put together. Starting with a 4-step march. Here it comes. 5, 6, 7, 8. 4-step march. 2 heel digs. 4-step march. 2 side taps. 4-step march. 2 bow and arrow. 4-step march. 2 John Travolta. Let's do that again. Again. Heel digs. 4-step march. Side tap. 4-step march. 2 bow and arrows. And a 4-step march and 2 John Travolta. And march it out. Excellent. So let's do something new. Let's bring the arms up, out, forwards and back. And then we're going to ripple forwards and point twice. 7, 8. So arms up and out, then forwards and back. Ripple those fingers forwards and then point. Again. Up, out, forwards and back. Ripple. Point. Again. You got it, yes. Ripple. Points. Arms up. Out, ripple. Points. And I rippled too quickly. March it out. I rippled too quickly, didn't I? Keep that ripple slow. So we're going to do 4 steps forwards if you've got the space. 2 bow and arrows. 4 steps back. And 2 John Travoltas. Yeah, so this time we're traveling. If you've got the space, we're going to travel forwards. If you haven't got the space, on the spot. Starting with 4 steps forwards. Here it comes. 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 steps forwards. 2 bow and arrow. 4 steps back. 2 John Travolta. 4 steps forwards. 2 bow and arrow. 4 steps back. 2 John Travoltas and march it out. March it out. Woo. Now we're going to put the whole thing together. We're going to start with a 4-step march and the 2 heel digs. Listen up for the changes. Are you ready? 4-step march. 5, 6, 7. I'm losing my voice. March. 2 heel digs. 4-step march. 2 side taps. 4-step march. 2 bow and arrow. 4-step march and 2 John Travolta. Then we're going to push the arms up and out, up and out, up, out, forwards and back, ripple and point. Then 4 steps forwards, 2 bow and arrows, 4 steps back for the John Travolta. That's our sequence. Let's do it again. 4-step march. No, we're not going to do it again. We've run out of music on that track. You get the idea. We'll have time to practice it at the end. So the next thing we're going to do is step touch. This is a little side step, tapping the foot across. 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's a little step touch. Oh my word, I'd forgotten how exhausting this is. Almost. Okay, 2 steps to the right. 7, 8. I nearly forgot that I had to do 2 steps to the right. So if you've got the space, you can make these steps big. If you haven't got the space, then obviously keep the steps small. And again, 2 steps to the right, 2 steps to the left. 2 right, 2 left. Let's go again. One more time. Okay, back into step touch. Step touch. Excellent. So we're going to do 2 steps to the right, add in 2 step touch, and then back the other way. 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 steps to the right, 2 touch, tripping over the weights again. 2 steps to the left, and 2 touch. 2 to the right, 2 touch. And 2 now. Should we start adding in some hand moves? 2 steps to the right, give me a little clap. 2 steps to the left, give me a little hand roll. 2 to the right, give me a little elbow twizzle. And 2 to the left, and give me a shuffle with the hands. Let's go again. 2 to the right, clap. That's the order. 2 left, roll. 2 to the right, elbow twizzle, 2 to the left, and shuffle, and step touch. So there's only one more thing to add in on this sequence, and that, boys and girls, is our shoulder shimmy. So as you do your side steps, I want to see a shoulder shimmy. 3, 2, so side step with a shimmy, a clap, side step with a shimmy, hand roll, 2s to the right shimmy, elbows, 2 to the left, don't forget that shimmy. Now let's go again. Let's see your best shimmy. Clap, shimmy, roll, shimmy, elbows, and shimmy, and shuffle. And step touch out, step touch. I'm going to move those weights out the way now. Should we do it all one more time? Starting with 2 steps to the right with a shimmy. 5, 6, 7, 8. Shimmy right. A hand clap. Shimmy left. A hand roll. Shimmy right. An elbow is twizzle a word. And a shuffle. Last time. A clap. After a little while, you get to love those shimmies. One more time. Shuffle. Step touch. That completes our next routine. Now, remember that routine, we will be using it later. But first, we're going to do grapevines. Now, if you don't know what a grapevine is, do your 2 side steps again. You'll pick it up. Everybody else, we're going to do a grapevine right and straight into a grapevine left. I'll count you in. 5, 6, 7, 8. So a grapevine right, it's like 2 side steps, but you take that second step behind, and at the end you lift your heel. So it's step behind, step, heel, step behind, step, heel. Let's keep going for practice. And we can bring those arms forwards and back. Oh, this is Sophie Ellis-Bextor. Did you see her disco in the kitchen at Christmas? It was so good. One more time each way. When you get back, step touch. Step touch. Okay, we're going to add in a mambo. Again, if you don't know what a mambo is, add in a 4-step march. Okay, but if you know what a mambo is, we're going to do a grapevine and a mambo. 5, 6, 7, 8. Grapevine, mambo. So on that mambo, you're going to step forwards and then step back with the same foot. Nice so far, isn't it? Not too bad. Let's come into a step touch before we do the next bit. Step touch. So we're going to do a grapevine, 2 mambos, and then a knee and a heel. A knee and a heel. No, it's a heel and a knee, is it? I can't remember. We'll work it out. 5, 6, 7, 8. Grapevine. A mambo. A second mambo. Okay, heel and a knee. A grapevine. A mambo. A second mambo. A heel and a knee. Heel, knee. A grapevine. A mambo. As you do the mambo, let's raise your hand and click your fingers. Heel, knee. A grapevine. A mambo. Step forward, step back. Second one. Heel and knee. Again, a grapevine, a mambo, a second mambo, heel and knee. One more time, one more. Mambo, second mambo, heel and knee, step touch, out, step touch. The second mambo, we're going to do 2 little heel digs and 2 little toe taps instead. 5, 6, 7, 8. Grapevine, a mambo, 2 heels, 2 toes, a curl and a knee. A grapevine, a mambo, 2 heels, 2 toes, curl, knee. Again, a grapevine, mambo, heels and toes, curl and knee. A grapevine, a mambo, heels and toes, curl and knee, and march it out. Whoa, I'm so hot. Everything we've just done, we're going to put together into the whole thing. But we're going to start with big circles with the arms. 6, 7, 8. So here we go, big circles. This is Kylie Minogue. This is called 100 Degrees. It feels like it in here. 2 more. One more time. 4-step march, 2 heel digs. 4-step march, 2 heel digs. 4-step march, 2 side taps. 4-step march, 2 bow and arrow. 4-step march and 2 John Travolta. Now it's arms up and out. Remember from earlier, arms up, out, forwards and back, ripple, point, 4 steps forwards, 2 bow and arrows. We're going to do 4 steps back, 2 John Travoltas, and then shimmy, shimmy right, and clap, shimmy left, hand roll, shimmy right, elbows, shimmy left, and shuffle. Coming into grapevine to the right, mambo, heels and toes. We've just done this one, so this should be fresh in your mind. Mambo, heels and toes, curl and knee, and march it out, arms up, stretch. We're going to do the whole thing again. There's 3 rounds, no changes. One more time. Okay, 4-step march, 2 heel digs. 4-step march, 2 side taps. 4-step march, 2 bow and arrows. I hope you can remember all this. I'm struggling today. 4-step march, 2 John Travolta. Arms up and out. Up. Forwards and back. Ripple forwards. Point. 4 steps forwards. 2 bow and arrows. 4 steps back and 2 John Travoltas. Shall we shimmy? Let's shimmy right. And clap. Shimmy left. A roll. Shimmy elbows. Shimmy shuffle. Okay, grapevine to the right. Into that mambo. Step forward, step back. Let's click those fingers. 2 heels, 2 toes. I think I've got away with that one. I nearly got it wrong. Heels and toes. Curl and knee. March it out. Last rounds. You'll be pleased to know there's only one more round, then we take a break. One more time. 4-step march. 2 heel digs. 4-step march, 2 side taps. 4-step march, 2 bow and arrow. 4-step march, 2 John Travolta. Okay, arms up and out, up, out, forwards and back, ripple, point, 4 steps forwards, 2 bow and arrows, 4 steps back, 2 John Travoltas into our shimmy, shimmy right, see those shoulders shimmying, clap, shimmy left, and roll, shimmy, elbows, shimmy again. Okay, shuffle. We're going to do a grapevine to the right, grapevine, a mambo, heels and toes, curl and knee, mambo left, no, what am I saying? Mambo on the left, heels and toes, curl and knee, and march it out, arms up. I'm sweating away in here. 2 more. Arms down and stop. Very well done. You know I said 20 minutes. I think that was 24 minutes. So very well done. If you haven't done it before and you found it confusing and you didn't know what you're doing and you thought, what is this crazy thing? Don't worry. It just takes a couple of weeks and you pick it up, and it's really good fun once you pick up the moves. So we're going to take a little break now. Ooh. And we're going to come back and you'll need some weights to lift and you'll need a towel. So I'm just going to hold that up. You don't need a chair today, you just need a towel and some weights. So I'll just remind you guys, a small towel is fine like this. We're going to use that for resistance. And if you've got some ham weights, that's amazing. If you haven't got any ham weights, don't worry. You can use tins of baked beans, tins of soup, bottles of water, books, small items that you find around the house are fine. You don't need heavy weights for this. We'll keep it gentle today. So I'm just going to have a little sit down. How are we, everybody? Are we okay? Did you stay seeing me and hearing me the whole time through? Zoom stood up, did it? Good. Excellent. Just about. Look at this now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 30, 31, 34 people. I said 40 earlier. I miscounted. But that's pretty. I think that's our busiest one ever, isn't it? So people are keen after Christmas. After having not exercised for a few weeks. How is everybody? And you can turn your microphones on if you want to speak to me at this point. We've got a couple of minutes before we move on, so feel free to speak if you can.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
You didn't speed that up a bit, did you? It just seemed a bit faster. Maybe it's just the break.
No, it was the same speed as we did in November. It seemed fast, didn't it?
We're slower.
Because yes, we've all slowed down now. We're carrying a bit more weight. Look at this. My Christmas tummy. So yeah, it does feel faster, doesn't it, when you're carrying? I'm not saying anybody else is, of course, but it's just me. So yes. No, I was tempted to speed it up actually, and I'm glad I didn't now. Right. Okay. So we're going to do a circuit. And we're going to do a nice, easy, basic circuit using resistance. Each exercise is going to be 1 minute, and then we're going to get 30 seconds rest between exercises. I'll talk about the exercises as we go. So let's crack on. I'm going to mute all your microphones again. I'm going to just change my camera. So, a 10-station circuit. We're going to start off with a towel. And then we're going to be using some weights. If you haven't got any weights, don't worry. You can pick up household objects like tins of beans, bottles of water, anything you've got lying around. But the first thing we're going to do is use a towel. And we're going to use the towel to create resistance. Like exercise number 1 is going to be nice and easy. It's going to be bicep curls. So take the towel, wrap your hands around, and we're just going to do our bicep curls while we're pulling on the towel. That's going to create your own resistance. You'll be surprised how difficult it is if you're pulling on that towel. So that's our 3 minutes. Let me just turn the counter on. We'll put our timings on the screen again. So, towel in your hands. And all we're going to do is bicep curls for 1 minute now. So we've got that timer on the screen. I want you to make sure that you pull outwards. Okay, you're going to create tension in your muscle by pulling the towel outwards. Make sure you keep the towel under tension. You'll feel your shoulders and arms working. And please don't let your towel go slack and don't go too fast. Yeah, we're going to keep it nice and slow. And we've got a whole minute. Now, if you feel at any point you need to stop for any reason, that's okay. But if you can keep going for the whole minute, that's amazing too. Try and keep the tension up on those arm muscles. You'll feel it in your shoulders as well as your arms. So we've got about 4 seconds to go, and then you'll hear the bell ring, and then we'll stop. There we go. Now exercise number 2, we're going to take the towel nice and wide, and we're going to twist, but pulling on the towel to create tension. Imagine that one hand is pulling, the other hand is resisting. Yeah, so wide grip on the towel, arms at shoulder height, and then we're going to twist, but keep that towel tight. Imagine you're trying to stretch the towel. There we go. Pulling side to side. So think about one arm pulling and the other arm is trying to resist the movement. So all the time you're trying to pull those two hands away from each other as you twist. This keeps the tension on the muscles in your shoulders, and you might find even after a few seconds your shoulders start aching. A little bit of aching or a little bit of burning is okay. Any pains or twinges, you stop. Okay, so let's keep going. It's a long time, isn't it? A minute doing this one. So 12 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. There's our bell. You may stop. 2 exercises done. 8 to go. What's next? Oh, we're going to do upright row. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit on the camera. So, hands down like this, and we're going to pull upwards towards the shoulders. Yeah, this is called upright row, but we're pulling on that towel. I've gone too high with the camera.
Barbara Streisand.
There we go. So, pull upwards, lifting your elbows up nice and high. Now, if you don't stretch the towel, you're not going to feel it. So you must think about pulling the towel, okay, to create that tension in your muscles, that resistance. Keep going, keep going. That's better. So, 30 more seconds. Think about getting those elbows up nice and high. Yeah, I think I want to get those elbows up level with your ears and the towel just under your chin. 15 more seconds. 10 seconds. Nearly there. Oh. There's our bell. What's next? I've got a list here. Oh, side bends now. This time we're going to take the towel overhead, and we're going to go side to side again, pulling with one hand, resisting with the other hand. This is going to bring in your oblique muscles down the side, good for toning up round here. We all need that, don't we? No, not all of us. It's just me. I mustn't be rude, must I? Right, side to side, there's our bell. And then again, imagine you're trying to pull with one arm and resist movement with the other arm. So you're creating your own resistance using your own strength.
Barbara Streisand.
Oh. So keep it slow, keep it controlled, but make sure you pull and resist at the same time with those two hands.
Barbara Streisand.
You're going to feel it in your shoulders mainly, a little bit in your arms. But again, we're working those core muscles as well.
Barbara Streisand.
By going side to side. 12 more seconds. And there's our... We're going to do one more with the towel, okay, and then we're going to change to weights. So, remember the bicep curl. We're going to curl again, but we're going to add in a little lift. So we're going to curl and then push the towel up in the air and then back down to the chest and back down in front. Yeah, so curl and press. Curl and press for 1 minute. Are you ready? Here it comes. There's our bell. So this time we're curling the towel up to the shoulders and we're pushing overhead. Curl and press.
just that's the business. All out is so ridiculous. Zone out so much attention. Scream out, I'm in the
Very good. So don't rush it. Remember, you've got to keep pulling the towel sideways, pulling outwards with your hands so you maintain the tension. That's what's going to give you your resistance. Very good. Coming up to the last 15 seconds. After this one, we get a longer break, by the way. We get a whole minute. So that's good. There we go. So we get 1 minute on the clock. We're going to change the towel. And if you've got some weights, grab your weights now. If you haven't got any weights, pick up a couple of books, a couple of bottles of water. Tins of soup are really good. Doesn't have to be heavy. We're just going to create a little bit of resistance, yeah, with those weights. And we're going to start with bicep curls. Okay, same as we did with the towel, but this time lifting weights. We are going to do bicep curls for 1 minute this time with weights. Okay, so doesn't need to be particularly heavy. I'm going to give you some options as we go on this. So what have we got? 15 seconds to go. Here it comes. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Now we can keep this slow. You've got some options on these bicep curls. You can do hammer curls, where you're lifting like hammers. You can do supinated curls, where you put your palms up towards the ceiling, or you can add in a little twist. Okay, like this. You want to make it more energetic, which some of you might. You can do alternate arms, one and then the other, a little bit faster. Okay, so if you want to do alternate arms, that's okay. If you want to do basic curls, that's okay too. But we're going to try and keep going for the minute. Excellent work. Last 15 seconds. Very good. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Next one we're going to do is going to be the lateral raise. Now I just want to lift the weights up to the side, up to shoulder height, and slowly down. Keep it slow, keep it controlled. And 15 seconds to go. So feet slightly apart, knees slightly soft, tummy engaged, back nice and straight. Here it comes. There we go. So weights up to shoulder height and slowly down. We're just going to try and go for 1 minute. So only another 30 seconds. Try and keep going if you can. If you need to rest at any point, that's okay. But do keep it slow, keep it controlled, and don't let the weights drop too quickly. We're going to control on the way down just as much as we're controlling on the way up. Okay, 10 more seconds. There's our bell. There's our bell. So we're going to get a little bit more dynamic now, I'm afraid. I want to do side squats. So start with your feet together. Step to one side, bend the knees into a little squat, and then bring your feet together again, and then do the other side. As we do those side squats, we're going to do a little bicep curl at the same time. So feet together, back straight. Here it comes. We're going to step to one side, bend the knees, and then bring the feet together in the middle. How low you go is up to you. You can do a little knee bend, or you can go further down into a squat. It's up to you how far you go with this. Any knee or ankle problems, don't go too low. Okay. And not too fast on this. This is going to get those legs working. 20, less than 20 seconds. 12 seconds. Nearly there. Okay, there's our bell. Now the next one I want to do. Yeah. These are called reverse lunges, also called step backs. All I want you to do is take 1 foot behind and then bring your feet together, bending that front knee. At the same time, if you're up for it, bring the weights up in front. So we're going to tap the toe behind and bring the weights up in front. Okay, there we go. Now the further back you take that foot and the lower you go into your lunge, the more work you're going to be doing on those legs. If you struggle, just a little step back. If you want it more intense, take a bigger step back. And the arm raise in front, you can stop if you need to. If you've had enough on the shoulders, just do the lunge without the arm raise. But if you can do the front raise as well, that's amazing. Okay, 20 seconds to go. Ten seconds to go. There's only one more after this. That's good news, isn't it? Good news. There's our bell. The last one, I want to do a knee bend and then a lift, a shoulder lift, a shoulder press. So we're going to do an overhead press. We're going to do a squat and an overhead press. Again, you don't have to go too low with a squat. You could just do a little knee bend, or you could go lower if you want to. It's up to you. But I do want you to try and lift those weights overhead. Squat down, weights in the air. Squat down, weights in the air. And we've got a minute again, last one. Last exercise. All we've got to do after this is our stretches. "30 seconds to go." 20 seconds. I've left it to the very last beat of the last exercise to say, don't forget to breathe every time you lift. It's a bit late now, isn't it? But hopefully you're doing deep breaths with your moves. You may put your weights down. Cool, cool, cool. Just going to turn that off. So all we have to do now is a little stretch and a cool down. Isn't that good news? First session. So very well done everybody so far. Let's just do a little stretch. I'm going to put some different music on for this. And this is Michael Bublé again. So let's finish how we started with a little roll of the shoulders. After those, all that towel resistance work and weights, it's good just to have a little mobilization of those shoulders again. And roll them back. And have a little twist again, just like we did earlier. You can feel very smug now you've finished your first class of the year. You've all done extremely well.
friend in me.
Fantastic. Let's do a couple of stretches. Now, I want you to take one foot behind, push the back heel into the floor, bend the front knee and push the front knee forwards. Make sure your back heel stays into the floor and push that front knee forwards. And you should feel a stretch in that back of that back leg there. And if you can't feel that stretch, just push forwards a little bit more and keep pushing the heel down. Excellent. Let's do the other side. Heel down. Push the front knee forwards. Back heel into the floor.
It's ever gonna love you the way I do. Oh, it's me and you, Lou.
Very good. Hold for a couple more seconds.
Our friendship will never
And release. Fabulous. Let's take those hands in front, clasp your fingers together and push your arms forwards, rolling your shoulders forward, stretching across your back. Da, da, da. And now turn and stretch your wrists. Fantastic. Release. Hands behind your back. Push back. Roll your shoulders back. Pinch your shoulder blades together. Open out your chest. Push your hands away from you.
Bigger and stronger too. Maybe none of them.
And release. Let's take one arm out across. Cross towards the other shoulder and use the other hand to pull in. So we stretch that shoulder.
And as the years go by,
And let's do the other side.
our love will never
Little stretch on the other shoulder. And finally, take your feet nice and wide. Take your hands in the air. And let's have a little sway side to side.
You got friend in
Like
me.
the branches of a tree just blowing in the breeze. Gently side to side.
You got friends.
Fantastic. Let's give those fingers a little wriggle. Wriggle your fingers. Shake out your hands. Shake out your arms. And shake out your legs. And guys, give yourselves a big round of applause. Very well done today. Excellent work. So very good. Lovely to see you all back. And I think we're going to be on Zoom for a while, aren't we? So we'll embrace it and we'll enjoy it. A couple of things. Tomorrow morning, yoga comes back. It's freestyle fitness yoga. It's a fitness class based on yoga. And we're going to do a little bit of core work. So we will be on the floor on a mat doing some work on the tummy, some crunches and some leg lifts and that kind of thing. So I'm going to incorporate some abdominal work into the tomorrow session. We're doing this class again on Friday at 10:30, but it will be different. And we're doing, if you want something a bit more intense, Sunday morning is body beats. And that's a little bit more intense, but I do give easier options as well for everything, so you can have a go at that too. So thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed today. We'll sit down and have a little chat over there, and well done, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I'm saying goodbye for my YouTube, and I'm going to sit down and see how you are. Feel free to open up your microphone and speak to me. I'm exhausted. I need to take a drink of water. I forgot to drink water during that, and I'm all got a sore throat now.
I think we're all exhausted, Paul.
Do you know what? If you weren't exhausted, I would be disappointed.
You'll be very pleased then.
Thank you, I am. Very well done.